Okay, hi there. It is time to talk about serving. When we are serving, we want to know that that's the most important part of the game. It's what starts every play. So you want to get those serves in. So it's really a matter of focusing on what you're doing and getting all of the skill ready, the body parts and what they need to be doing. So we're going to do it first without a ball. And what you need to do is take your dominant hand, decide which one it is that you write with or that you throw with, and you're going to use that as the swinging arm. The opposite hand, the non-dominant hand, is going to hold that ball. Okay, so it's like a shelf hand, comes across. The dominant hand is going to come back. Let's talk about our feet for a second. I have them sort of one foot slightly in front of the other because I'm going to want to take a step. So I'm going to step forward. So I need them relatively close, but one in front of the other. This one can be turned outward. So with that ball right here, I'm going to swing my arm back. All my weight goes on the back foot, and then I step forward, and all my weight goes on the front foot as I swing through that ball. Let's do that one more time. So all my weight's on the back foot as I bring that arm back. I step forward. I come through that ball. All my weight's on the front. So what I've done now is I've followed through with my entire body, including the arm. Where am I hitting the ball? I want to contact it with the heel of my hand right here. And the other thing I want to do is make sure that that ball stays in my hand. So a lot of people will toss the ball in the air and then try to figure out where it is. And it's easier to hit it right out of your hand. It's not exactly coming right out of your hand. What happens is as you come forward, this hand goes away, the ball is by itself. Okay, so let's try that with a ball. Okay, so my feet are just staggered a little bit like this. Dominant foot. I'm going to come all the way back. I'm going to come through, drop my hand away, and follow that ball. Okay, one more time right here. Coming back, underneath. Now I'm going to ask Coach Kelly to come in because she's going to go with her left hand, what would be my non-dominant hand. So she's going to hold it then with her right hand, and she's going to take her left hand, and she's going to put all her weight on the back foot as she comes back, and then she's going to follow through, get underneath that ball, and get underneath the ball. Thank you. Underneath that ball, beautiful, one more time. Okay, all the way to the back foot, she steps forward, gets underneath that, hits the heel of her hand right here. So that is your underhand serve. It's important to start with the underhand serve, and then we're going to work on our overhand, okay?
Whenever you are.
All right, it is time now for the overhand serve. So there's an important part about the overhand serve, and that is that you need to have the strength to get that ball all the way up and over that net. So an important thing to try out first, if you have a net, of course you can do a lot of these things without a net at home, but when you do finally get near a net, you want to take that ball behind you. Remember that elbow was up high? And you want to push it as high as you can, as far as you can, see if you can get it over that net. If you can't get it over that net, you might not be ready for that overhand serve. But if you can, okay, and remember, it's just like throwing a ball. That was what we were doing, throwing a ball. You're going to step with that opposite foot and throw that ball because that actually mimics our overhand serve. So now let's talk about the overhand serve without the ball. Same as before, feet are exactly when we do an underhand serve. The feet are a little bit apart, but not too far because I'm going to want to step into this. But I'm going to have my shelf hand, instead of coming across for an underhand, I'm going to have it out in front. Okay, so that ball is sitting right up in there. I'm going to bring my elbow back, my dominant hand elbow, and then I'm going to step as I bring my arm back behind, and I'm going to reach up and over and swing down past my side. Okay, so it is a toss, step, and swing. One more time, toss, step, and swing. So this elbow arrow back really helps you. You don't want to come through the ball underneath, and you don't want to come over, way too over top. You want that ball to be right here, out in front of your hitting arm. Now, that brings us to the toss. The toss is a very, very difficult thing to do. So I would recommend that you try that toss several times before you even put this into a serve. So what you're trying to do is this shelf hand is holding it, and you want to toss it up and make sure that it's going to come down in front of your hitting arm. Okay? Right there. So if I toss it up like that and it's too far over here, I don't want that. I don't want to have to put it too far out and go chase it. I want it to be right up in front of my hitting arm where I'm going to come through and hit. I don't want it to be behind me. okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss that ball up. I'm going to bring that elbow back, and I'm going to step. Ready? Toss, step, hit. Toss, step, hit. Now you want to think about reaching for that ball and getting it at its highest point. So I don't want to come through here. I want to get up and reach high. That's why the toss has to be higher than your hand can reach. Okay? Ready? I'm going to toss, step, hit. Toss, step, hit. Coach Kelly, you want to come on in here?
All right.
Let's let Coach Kelly try a couple. Toss, step, and now let's talk for a second again about what we're going to actually hit it with. So you're hitting with the heel of your hand, and then you're directing it with the palm, the whole hand, okay? So it's a heel first. A lot of people try to punch the ball. I don't want you to start in that. That's a bad habit to get into, because you think you're going to get more power, and you might, but you have no direction. So this is open hand, hits here, snap that wrist over top. Reach high for that ball. Most important thing. Good. That's where it's going to get its distance. Okay, one more. Here we go. Toss, step, hit.